What's up, you guys? Today we're going to be talking about the NFL weekend that happened. We're going to start with the Bears Commanders Thursday night game. Then we're going to go all the way down to the Packers Raiders Monday night game. But yeah, I'll start out with the Commanders game. Just a complete and utter butt kicking as the Commanders. Sam Howell, I love him so much, but I didn't watch this game. I was on the road heading to out of town. Just stupid way. Just stupid game. Really, it's just like everything about this. Just the way DJ Moore played, stupid. The way Fields played, stupid. The way not stupid in a bad way, stupid in a good way. Just stupidly good. Everything about the Bears was insane. They were firing on all cylinders, able to pick up that first win. So yeah, you love to see that. And then Jaguars Bills 25-20. Bills lose that one. We're going to start with the Bills stats wise. Josh Allen, 27 for 43, 59, two touchdowns, one interception. Allen, 4 for 14, one touchdown. Damian Harris, 3 for 13. Latavius Murray, 2 for 6. James Cook, 5 for -4 rushing. So yeah, just unable to get much going in the rushing game, but passing game they had a great game. Receiving, Stephon Diggs 8 for 121, one touchdown. Then Gabe Davis 6 for 100, one touchdown. So yeah, very great game from everybody involved. Really, just absolutely exactly what you want to do. Yeah, it's a great game from those two. And then Dante Hardy 2 for 62. James Cook 3 for 25. Dalton Kincaid 2 for 19. Dawson Knox 3 for 17. Khalil Shakir 1 for 11. Trenton Sherfield 1 for 3, and then Latavius Murray 1 for 1. Defensively, Terrell Bernard led tackling with 8. A sack from Ed Oliver, 2 sacks from AJ Epineza, 2 sacks from Leonard Floyd. Yep, that's it. I don't believe there are any interceptions. No interceptions. So yeah, just a very. They played good. Of course, you had some injuries to their defense. Milano, I believe, is who it was. Got injured. A couple other guys dealing with some injuries. Hopefully they're all right. I know one of them is out for the year, so that does suck. But Trevor Lawrence, 25 for 37, 315, one touchdown. Very solid performance for him. But the winner of this one was ETN with 26 carries, 136 with 2 touchdowns. He had a crazy fantasy week. I ended up losing one of my fantasy leagues because of this man. Absolutely insane. And then Trevor Lawrence, 7 for 31. Calvin Ridley, 2 for 14. Cartavius Bigsby, 3 for 8. Christian Kirk, 1 for 6. Jamal Agnew, 1 for 1. Receiving, Ridley had 7 for 122. Christian Kirk, 6 for 78. Travis Etienne, 4 for 48. Evan Ingram, 4 for 28. Zay Jones, 3 for 23. Luke Farnell, 1 for 16. And then Brenton Strange and Tim Jones both targeted but no catches. Defense was led by Darius Williams with 7 tackles and a pick. That is it defensively. There was one fumble, but it doesn't show us fumbles. So I don't. It was fumble recovery, but it doesn't show us fumbles on the stat thing that I'm looking at. I'm just looking at Google just the stats that Google shows. They don't show those. And then let's move on to the Saints Patriots. Patriots looking like the worst team in football. I am not being mean. I'm not being over exaggerating. They look bad, folks. They look terrible. Patriots already in a prime position and prime form to get a guy like Drake May or Caleb Williams or Michael Penix or whoever you want. They might have a pick at 3 of who knows at this point. But then Colts Titans. Titans looked bad. By the way, didn't say score. 34-0 was the Saints score. Saints just absolutely beasted them. And then Titans Colts. I watched this game on and off. It was on Red Zone. I was watching Red Zone for the 1 p.m. slot games. And this one just, Minshew came in, I'm not sure when exactly, for the Colts. And he ended up taking control because of an Anthony Richardson injury. Again, hope he's okay. But, yeah, man. Gardner Minshew, if you're a team that needs a quarterback and you don't have a high draft selection, like if you have a guy retire this season and you happen to go really high, or you have a bad team but you have a bad quarterback but your team's still going high, take that man. Give that man a contract, because I don't know what it was. I was saying this back whenever they drafted Trevor Lawrence. I was. Back whenever the Jaguars had Minshew and they took Lawrence, I was saying they got to trade Minshew for something good, because Minshew's a solid quarterback, but nobody was talking about it. They're like, oh, Minshew's horrible. No, he's not. Their team was just bad. And so I'm hoping Minshew one day gets his shot, because I do think he's not going to get a shot that much with the Colts because of Anthony Richardson, but man, Gardner Minshew should not be a career backup. He's a very solid quarterback, and one day he gets his shot. But anyways, let's look at the Titans before we go to the Colts stats. As Tannehill, 23 for 34, 264, one interception, and then Derrick Henry tried to throw one pass. That pass, Derrick Henry out of his backfield is a solid passing option. I mean, he's not going to be like, you're not gonna run like 7 or 8 times, but like 1 or 2 times a game, it'll work. It failed this time, however. What's his name? DeAndre Hopkins, who had a phenomenal game. Back of the end zone, DeAndre Hopkins just didn't get his feet in bounds, and yeah, man, it was a great play. Hopkins unable to get his feet in, but just great play. Yeah, Henry, 13 for 43. Tajay Spears, 7 for 34, and then Ryan Tannehill, 2 for 12. So not like a phenomenal rushing day for anybody involved, but like just a solid team game. You have to worry about the rush, what you want to do. You don't want to put, 7 yards per guy up there. So that's solid. 1 touchdown from Tajay Spears, by the way. I don't know if I said that. And then receiving, DeAndre Hopkins, welcome back, sir. He's been off for the last few years, ever since he got traded to the Cardinals from the Texans. He's been kind of as a player. He had 1 good season there, but I mean, just he's back, man. 8 for 140, just absolutely insane. Again, missed that 1 touchdown. That would have been icing on the cake, really. Tajay Spears, 4 for 35. Okonwu, not going to try to pronounce his first name, 5 for 33. Tevon Wesco, 1 for 21. Derrick Henry, 3 for 19. Nick Westbrook Ekine, 1 for 9. Josh Weil, 1 for 7. Then Kyle Phillips, nothing for nothing. Probably was targeted a few times. And then defensively, led by Aziz Al-Shire, or something like that, Shire. 7 tackles. And then 1 sack from Roger McCreary. Yeah. And then so Titans, man, just didn't play great. I mean, Tannehill, I'm curious when Tannehill, because I think it's whenever Will Levis was taken, it was kind of just like, I don't know, thought of like, okay, this is going to be Tannehill's last year as a starter. At least that's how I feel. This is going to be Tannehill's last year as a starter, and I'm curious, are we going to see him? Because if the Tennessee Titans start playing bad and they're kind of like, okay, we're just going to blow it up, similar to what the Falcons did last year. Similar to what the Falcons did last year, just absolutely insane. Just I hope to see something happen there. But yeah, just they need to blow it up, and eventually need to see what they have at their quarterback spots, because Tannehill's not the guy. And then okay, my mic's on. My mic's not even like, I've been talking like really loud. My mic usually reacts, but it doesn't. So sorry about that. But and then let's go to the Colts. Again, Gardner Minshew led 11 for 14, 155. And Richardson still had a solid day, 9 for 12, 98 yards. I mean, yeah, great passing performance by both guys. But Minshew able to come in and finish the job. Rushing-wise, Moss, 23 for 165, 2 touchdowns. He had a fantasy day. Jonathan Taylor, 6 for 18. Anthony Richardson, 2 for 5. Isaiah McKenzie, 1 for 4. Gardner Minshew, 2 for 1. And then receiving Josh Downs, baby. Josh Downs, My guy from the Tar Heels, I love this guy so much, man. I really am mad that the Chiefs decided to pass up on him for a receiver that looks kind of meh at the moment. But Rashee Rice is doing good, but whatever. He's the guy that decided to pass up on, and basically we took Rice, and Downs went to Colts. Downs with 6 receptions, 97 yards. Love to see it. Hopefully that man can get in the end zone eventually, because 97 yards, you love to see it. Michael Pittman Jr., 552. Zach Moss, 2 for 30. Wiley Cox, 1 for 17. Andrew Ogletree, however you pronounce it, 2 for 16. Jonathan Taylor, 1 for 16. Kylan Granson, 2 for 15. Alec Pierce, 1 for 10. Defensively, Zaire Franklin led with 7 tackles, a pick by Julian Blackman, a sack by Samson Ebukim, and then that's it defensively. So yeah, I mean, just a very, very sound game by the Colts, who just kind of played their game all game. And yeah, just exactly what they need to do to win. That's exactly what you want to do every week. So yeah, love to see it. And yeah, so not sure what the world's going on with my thing here. Okay, and then next, where were we? Dang, we're only 4 games in. It's 11 minutes already. So and then Ravens Steelers. This is another one that I watched this game kind of closely. I was doing it through Red Zone, and it was just like the Steelers. It was laughable to me because it was like Steelers get a defensive stop, can't do nothing on offense. Defensive stop, nothing on offense, and it was kind of the same for both teams. There was no offense for either side, and like Pittsburgh got 1 touchdown, but they scored 17 points. That shows you how weird of a game it was. They got a field goal, a safety, that's 5, and then a couple more field goals and a touchdown. Like, I don't know how the heck they got 17 out of that. I'm not great with math, but yeah, let's look at this. So they got, Pittsburgh had 3 in the second quarter and 14. Only 7 of those points come from a touch. Only 1 touchdown was scored, though. So that shows you how weird of a game it was. But yeah. Pittsburgh able to get the win there. And then, yeah, so we'll start with Lamar Jackson, who had a solid game. I know the stats don't say it. 22 for 38, 236, 1 interception. That interception was a horrible pass, don't get me wrong, but he had, multiple times. Zay Flowers streaking out of the end zone wide open, streaking down the field wide open. He trips and falls. Incomplete. To Bateman, I think it was. Or it might have been Aguilar. I'm not sure. But somebody. No, not Aguilar. Aguilar's not even on their team. What am I talking about? Who was it? It was Aguilar. Aguilar or Bateman. Not sure who it was. Streaking down the sideline. Lamar puts it on the dime. Dropped. He had a walk-in touchdown. Missed Mark Andrews on a couple throws, but it was mostly Mark Andrews' fault. Gets high points it. Andrews drops it. One play, I don't remember if it was Aguilar or Bateman, in the back of the end zone, wide open, uncontested, dropped it. Like, it was a lot of woes for this team. Gus Edwards, 12 for 48. Rushing, Lamar Jackson, 6 for 45. Justice Hill, 7 for 32. Receiving, Zay Flowers still led, 5 for 73. He could have had probably upwards of 200 if he'd caught every pass that came his way. Mark Andrews, 6 for 65. Nelson Aguilar, 4 for 64. Justice Hill, 4 for 13. Odell Beckham Jr., 2 for 13. Rashad Bateman, 1 for 8. And then Duvernay was targeted but no catches. Defensively, Roquan Smith led with tackles with 7. Brent Urban had a 1 sack. Half a sack for Patrick Queen. Sack from Arthur Mollett. And then I already said there was another half sack somewhere. Oh, half sack for Justice Madabolecki or something. I don't know. And then, yeah, so, defensively, it was a defensive battle, really. And then, Steelers, the Steelers ended up winning this game. Well, in my opinion, the turning point for the Steelers was a blocked punt that, in my opinion, looked like a touchdown to me. They called it a safety. Looked like a touchdown to me. Again, I was slightly biased because, again, I have Steelers fantasy defense. So I really wanted it to be a touchdown. Didn't call it a touchdown, though. And so, he had it. He kind of wrapped it up. Tried to wrap it up. Feet and he kind of lands chest first out of bounds. But to me, it looked like his feet and chest kind of dragged together. Feet were inbounds, chest was not. Wasn't sure which hit first. So that they ended up calling it, after review, they called it a safety. But yeah, Kenny Pickett, 18 for 32, 224, 1 touchdown. Rushing, Jalen Warren, 9 for 40, sorry. Najee Harris, 14 for 37. George Pickens, 1 for 16. And then Kenny Pickett, 1 for -6. Or 6 for -6, sorry. George Pickens, 6 for 130, receiving, 1 touchdown, which was just a dot by, by Pickett. Just one-on-one coverage. Pickens wins, throws it up, dot, touchdown. Warren, 3 for 39. Allen Robinson, 5 for 29. Connor Hayward, 3 for 23. Najee Harris, 1 for 3. Calvin Austin, nothing. Miles Boykin, nothing. Darnell Washington, nothing, but they were all targeted. Darnell Washington, man. Haven't seen his name much this season. Cole Holcomb led defensively with 8 tackles, and then a sack from Quan Alexander. 2 sacks from TJ Watt, no surprise there. Sack from Alex Highsmith. Pick by Joey Porter Jr. Yeah, it's a great game from the Steelers, who were able to get out a gritty win. I see them getting a lot of wins like that this season. And then Panthers-Lions, absolute blowout. Lions win. Panthers looking like the worst team in football right now. Hopefully they can figure something out, because it is looking ugly right now. If you're the Panthers, man, you got to figure out something quick. And then Texans-Falcons. Falcons pick up the win there. Just absolutely crazy game. CJ Stroud marching down the field with under 2 minutes left. Scores about minute 10. Falcons then come back and score and they kick a field goal to win it. So just absolutely crazy ending of that game. CJ Stroud, 20 for 35, 249, 1 touchdown, looking like a seasoned veteran. He does not look like a rookie whatsoever out there on the field. Damian Pierce, 20 for 66. CJ Stroud, 1 for 2. Tank Dell, 2 for -4. Receiving, Dalton Schultz led 7 for 65. Tank Dell, 3 for 57. Dalton Schultz had a touchdown. Nico Collins, 3 for 39. Robert Woods, 3 for 30. Tegan Quitoriano, something like that, 1 for 22. John Mechie, 2 for 20. Damian Pierce, 1 for 16. Devin Singletary, nothing, but had probably a target or something. Defensively, Jalen Petrie led 7 for 4, or 7 tackles, 4 assisted tackles. And then I don't believe there was any sacks or anything big here. Nope, no sacks, no picks, nothing like that. So then we go to the Falcons, who ended up winning this game. But Desmond Ridder, 28 for 37, 329, 1 touchdown. And then Drake London had 1 pass for 22 yards. So after a week where we're sitting there going, man, the Falcons look bad and the Texans look great. After the game, Texans looked good and the Texans look okay. So it's different. It's like, oh, Texans look great. Texans look meh. So Texans are kind of riding that roller coaster right now. But anyways, Bijan Robinson, 14 for 46. Tyler Algier, 17 for 40. Desmond Ridder, 4 for 10. Hodge, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that dude's first name. 1 for nothing. Kyle Pitts, 7 for 87. Drake London, 6 for 78, sorry. Jonnu Smith, 6 for 76. Mac Hollins, 2 for 29. That's a Tar Heel. Keith Smith, 1 for 28. Michael Prute, that's a cool name, 1 for 22. Bijan Robinson, 2 for 12. Hodge again, 1 for 11. Not going to try to pronounce his name. Cordero, maybe? Cordero, that's definitely what it is. Cordero. Scott Miller, 2 for 10. Cordero Patterson, 1 for 7. Tyler Algier was targeted, but nothing. Jeff Okudah led tackling, and then no picks, no sacks that I'm aware of. Nothing there. And so, yeah, and then, I mean, that's a good game. I mean, that's really all you can say. Good game from everybody involved. Just a hard-fought game. And then after that, it was Giants-Dolphins. Dolphins able to get the big win there. No surprise there. Tua kind of struggled, but at the same time didn't really. And then Bengals absolutely annihilate the Cardinals. Finally kind of coming back into that form that they wanted to be at. And then Eagles-Rams, 23-14. Eagles get the win there. No surprise there. One of two undefeated teams left still on the board. And Jets, Broncos, 31-21. Jets with the win. Russell Wilson struggled. Jets defense struggles like usual. So yeah, just very, very strange. And then Chiefs, Vikings, a whole other video for that. If you want to go look at that, go check it out. I have a video about it because, again, I'm a Chiefs fan. Do Chiefs stuff. They have their own videos. And then Cowboys, 49ers, absolute blowout. 49ers get the win. They're looking like the greatest team in football right now. They're looking amazing. I mean, so I'm curious if, because a lot of people were saying, oh, the Cowboys are frauds, they haven't played anybody, and then they come out here and look like crap against the 49ers. So I'm curious if, the Cowboys are just not great, or if the 49ers are just God's gift to football. And then Packers, Raiders, this game ends up losing me. I end up losing fantasy because Devontae Adams had a mediocre game. I still lose, though, because I played against Devontae, and, yeah, I lost. Thank you, Devontae. And then, but, yeah, I still love you, but, man, it sucks. We're going to start with Jordan Love. 16 for 30, 182, three interceptions. Good Lord. 3 interceptions. That last one is the icing on the cake, though. Just a one-on-one ball to Christian Watson, picked off by, I think it was Morstead. I'm not sure who it was, but it was a great play on the ball. A.J. Dillon, 20 for 76, 1 touchdown. Jordan Love, 2 for 37. Patrick Taylor Jr., 2 for 2. Christian Watson, 1 for -5. That is rushing. I didn't say that to start with. Receiving, Christian Watson, 3 for 91. Luke Musgrave, 6 for 34. Joshua DeGuara, 1 for 19. Ben Sims, 1 for 12. Dontavion Wicks, 1 for 10. Jaden Reed, 1 for 7. Patrick Taylor Jr., 2 for 5. Romeo Dobbs, 1 for 4. And then A.J. Dillon targeted but no catches. Isaiah McDuffie led tackling with 6. Rudy Ford with a sack. Or with a pick, sorry. Kenny Clark with the sack. Rashawn Gary with a sack. Kinsley Bear with the sack. Preston Smith with a sack. Yeah, I mean, just a great game by the Packers. Just, defensively, offensively, they played horrible passing-wise. But, yeah, so Raiders, Jimmy G, 22 for 31, 208, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Josh Jacobs must have lined up a quarterback a few times, but it doesn't say he passed any. He must have run Wildcat or something. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. Josh Jacobs, 20 for 69, 1 touchdown. Trey Tucker, this is rushing, by the way, 1 for 16. Jimmy Garoppolo, 4 for 4. Amir Abdullah, 1 for 4. DeAndre Carter, 2 for 3. Jacoby Myers, 1 for nothing. Jacoby Myers did leave receiving, though, 7 for 75, 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams, 4 for 45. Michael Mayer, 2 for 39. Josh Jacobs, 5 for 20. Austin Hooper, 2 for 11. Amir Abdullah, 1 for 11. Hunter Renfrow, 1 for 7. Trey Tucker, nothing for nothing. He must have been targeted a few times. And then DeAndre Carter was also targeted, but no catches. Divine Diablo, the safety. I remember him getting in the draft process. He led tackling. And then Max Crosby had a sack. Trevon Morig had a sack. And then 2 picks from Robert Spillane. And then 1 from Amik Robertson. So yeah, that's the weekend of football. Again, very fun week. Lots of close games. Lots of blowouts. Lots of teams looking stupid. Yeah, Cowboys especially, which again, you love to see Cowboys looking stupid. But again, that also kind of cost me a fantasy week because 3 interceptions. I played the 49ers defense. But, yeah, so fun one. Fun weekend of football next week. Starting out with the Chiefs Broncos on Thursday Night Football. I will not stream the game, but I will do I actually might be able to stream the game. I'm not sure. May stream the game. If not, I will just do if I stream the game, I'll stream the game. If not, then I will just do I don't know what I'm gonna do. But if I don't stream the game, there'll be a recap. There'll be a recap no matter what. So yeah, be on the lookout for any videos or any streams. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.